Welcome! This is my Google Sheets Teacher Planner, an automated, paperless command center designed to take the stress out of classroom administration. Right now we are looking at your live teacher dashboard. This is your daily outlook where your lessons, tasks, birthdays, and notes are automatically pulled through from across your entire planner. If you scroll down, you'll find a dedicated space to paste your most used website links for instant access throughout the day. Navigating your planner is incredibly simple using these custom action buttons at the top of every page. Let's dive into how it all works. We'll start where your school year begins, the Setup tab. You only need to fill this out once at the start of the year. First, enter your start and end dates, then type in your subject or class list. Assign each class a custom color, and those colors will be used to represent that subject across every calendar and planner tab automatically. You can also customize your task and note categories right here. Some default categories are already filled in for you, but you can edit, expand, and color code them as needed. Choose whether you prefer your weekly plan to be displayed in rows or in columns to match your planning style. Next, fill in your units for each subject. Just use the drop-down to select the class, then enter the unit name next to it. As you can see, I have typed in Algebra 1 here, even though it isn't a direct option in the drop-down. I did this because I have two separate classes that both take Algebra 1. Doing this causes a small red warning triangle to appear, but don't worry, this is completely normal and won't affect your spreadsheet. It's a handy trick that lets you enter your units once for a subject instead of duplicating them for every single class. Now let's build your custom timetable. Whether you run a standard weekly schedule, a week A-B cycle, or a fully custom rotating schedule, this planner bends to your needs. Just double-click the cell to select your subject from the drop-down, fill in your period times, and use this handy checkbox to instantly copy Monday's times across the whole week. Simply leave any periods or days blank that you don't need. You can even type custom events into the timetable that aren't in your drop-down list. Just note that these custom entries won't be color-coded and will show a small hover warning. Below the timetable, you can manage your weeks. If you are working with a week A-B schedule, you can easily swap a week from A to B, and all subsequent weeks will automatically shift to match. If you use a rotating schedule, use this section to log your custom rotation cycle adjustments and starting days to keep your calendar perfectly tracked. Finally, you can log your school holidays, exam blocks, and professional development days here so your academic calendar stays perfectly in sync. Your summer breaks at the beginning and end of the school year are automatically calculated and filled in for you based on your original start and end dates. You can easily come back to this tab to add new dates to this list whenever you need to throughout the year. Now let's look at your curriculum. This button brings you to your Standards Entry tab. You can use the preloaded curriculum options or easily paste in your own custom standards. You can use these handy collapse and expand buttons along the left side to keep your workspace clean and organized. If you are entering your own standards, just type your values into the subject and grade cells and ensure you include a unique standard ID in the very first column. Once entered, jump over to your standards checklist. Here you can easily import your standards for each specific class. Once imported, click the filter icon on the standard ID column and uncheck blanks. Instantly, the spreadsheet hides all your empty rows, leaving you with a sleek, customized checklist that you can tick off as your students master each standard throughout the year. With your setup complete, you are ready to plan. On your Lesson Planning tab, every single row represents an individual lesson. Let's look at how easy this is to use in real time. Watch this. When I select a subject from the drop-down, the planner's background logic instantly calculates and inputs the exact date, day, and period number of your next available class slot. Next, select your unit and your standards. You can even select multiple standards at once. Type in your lesson title and add up to 4 specific lesson details. If you paste a website URL next to a detail cell, that text automatically transforms into a clean, clickable hyperlink on your weekly plan and right inside your lesson detail pop-up on the dashboard. Your days of digging through bookmark tabs before a lesson are officially over. Your daily trackers are just as powerful. Your Tasks tab lets you log to-do lists, assign categories, and star high priority items. Checking this box will automatically push that task directly onto your monthly calendar sidebar. Your Notes tab keeps important classroom memories, parental communications, or student logs organized by target dates and subjects. Checking this pin box will securely anchor that note directly to your main dashboard layout, making it instantly visible regardless of the note's original date. And your Birthdays tab ensures you never miss a student's special day. Simply log the date and select their class or mark your colleagues as staff. Once your data is typed in, the planner does the heavy lifting, giving you beautiful ways to view your schedule. First up is the weekly plan, which displays in your choice of columns or rows. Simply select the current week or type in a custom date, and your entire week's lessons, tasks, notes, and birthdays populate instantly. If you see an open slot or want to tweak a lesson, just click the Edit button for that period and the planner will jump you straight to that exact row on your master planning sheet. Need a hard copy for a substitute teacher or your physical binder? Click the Printer button. On this clean printable layout, you can choose color or black and white and use these checkboxes to select exactly which 4 specific details you want displayed. To print, simply click and drag to highlight the planner grid and hit Print. In your print settings, change Current Sheet to selected cells. If you're using the columns layout, change the orientation to Portrait. Make sure the scale is set to Fit to Page and switch your margins to narrow or adjust them manually if needed. Now you are ready to print your weekly plan. You also get comprehensive automated bird's eye views, including the monthly subject plan, the yearly subject plan, and a year-at-a-glance layout that tracks your unit coverage across the months. Your interactive calendar tab lets you click through any month of the school year. Your holidays and student birthdays mark themselves automatically, and your monthly tasks sit neatly in the sidebar. You can also type directly into any day's grid box to add quick personal reminders. If you need a physical copy, click the Calendar Printer button, select your month, choose color or black and white, and toggle whether or not to display birthdays. The data pulls instantly from your digital calendar for stress-free printing. Just like when printing the weekly planner, highlight the calendar box and print selected cells, setting your scale to fit to page. Ensure that the orientation is set to landscape. Finally, we loop right back to your central dashboard, which always stays up to date with your lessons, tasks, notes, and birthdays for the day. Because Google Sheets pauses background scripts to save your computer's battery, your period widgets won't update on their own throughout the day. Simply click this Update checkbox whenever you want to refresh your screen. When you want to check off a task, simply click its checkbox. The planner will take you directly to that item in the Task Manager where you can mark it complete. When you return to the dashboard, it will be updated for you. If you ever want to review these steps in writing, just click the question mark button anywhere in the planner to open up your built-in Help tab. Thank you so much for choosing Colleen's Cosmic Collection. I hope this planner takes the stress out of your administration and gives you your time back so you can focus on doing what you do best, teaching your students. Happy planning!